Alright guys, I am interrupting the intro of this video mostly because this post came out while I was making this video, or at least editing the video earlier, a recent ban wave. So here's the thing, they accidentally banned 154 players that for some reason were flagged when they were pulling all this data and looking for cheats. On the positive side, they have removed players that have been cheating, either through downloading the software on a platform that's not supported by the game, or by this APK software they've been able to cheat in combats and stuff like that. Now, on the stream the last 2 days, I've said over and over again, when the bans first started rolling in on April 1st, I was streaming live when that happened, and I said over and over again, I do not want to assume that all players have cheated until Scopely is fully transparent with everything. And definitely being transparent with those that are reaching out asking why, that do not understand. I had 2 followers in my comments the day that happened. They've been following me ever since, every day, and then this happened today, and I know they got their accounts back earlier this morning, and I said over and over again I did not want to assume. And I'm glad I didn't. I'm glad I gave some players the benefit of the doubt to see this play out, and I am happy that Scopely took the time and measures to revalidate their data, giving these players their accounts back, and they said they're gonna reach out to them early next week to make it right, and I hope you guys do. Not only guys take away 3 days worth of rewards, right? They all got reset in the milestone reward, and not only this, if this happened to me, this would be really stressful, right? Investing time and money in this game for as long as I have, and have this happen, it would have been devastating, to be honest. It would have been super frustrating not understanding why. So please, Scopely, do not shortchange these players that you wrongfully banned. And like you said in your post, please make sure that proper measures are taken next time that this does not happen. And as for me, it's a little hard for me to sit back here and recommend that players spend, or even I spend going forward, worried, is there an accidental ban on the way? I'm sure you guys were moving fast for a reason, and I really hope this is the last time. No, this is not going to make me quit the game. It's just going to make me more conscious of my decisions inside of it, especially when it comes to spending real money. And hopefully over time, you guys get my trust back. And even though you guys know your track record, you don't need me to say it. So for your 154, I'm also sorry this happened to you. I'm sorry for any player base that called you guys cheaters when you were wrongfully accused. And hopefully you guys are welcome back in the community with open arms. And please feel free to share your stories with me, especially post compensation or whatnot. Please let me know, as I want to make sure that you guys are taken care of. And if not, I'll be sure to put a microphone on it. Now enjoy the original recording of Hot Take. Hi guys, welcome back for another one. Now, to be honest with you guys, when this devlog was released last night, it was so short and I was just so deflated that I didn't even record a video for this one. So I am here, which most of you guys are seeing this on Easter Day, so happy Easter. And I'm here to give my hot take not only on this devlog, but many other topics that have been recently surfaced up or asked to me on my Discord. So I figured I'd get my hot take on all of it. So if you guys are curious about all the topics I'm going to cover, all you need to do is sit back, relax, and let's get into it. So before I jump into some of the other topics that I want to talk about, which is going to include Silver Surfer, Multiple Man, a War Store thing that they promised us that someone asked me to cover, and also that 5-star elite orb that a lot of players were promised for not jumping alliances back when the Well Wishes event's going on, and it's been almost going on 3 weeks, and they still have not fulfilled that promise that they said they were going to give us. I'm going to cover that also too. But before all that, let's jump into this devlog. So first off, a full bloom calendar. So we're getting another 7-day calendar for gold, training modules, and more. I'm always going to be in favor of them, just doing events, and I hate to say they're just giving us stuff, but they kind of are just giving us stuff. But ultimately, gold, I'll take as much gold as you're willing to give me. Training modules, I can never have enough. I never ever want to be in a position where I feel like I'm running out of them. So yay, more of those and more. Hopefully some more goodies. But ultimately, gold and training modules, you could have made 7-day calendar out of that and I would have been happy. Next up is the Falcon and Winter Soldier event. Now there's still a little cloudy on what exactly this event's going to entail. We do know there is a monthly calendar now for Winter Soldier where you guys can get tons of shards of him. If only he was given a rework Wink, wink, please. But also in 2 weeks time, on April 16th, there's going to be an event for Winter Soldier and the Falcon. The details of this is very, very shaky. There are some data mines suggesting that we're going to be able to use characters along with Winter Soldier and Falcon, like Captain America and Baron Zemo. Once again, it's data mine, incomplete information. We don't exactly know how this event's going to run. That's only 4 characters, not a full team of 5, or a duo team of Winter Soldier and Falcon. But Winter Soldier is so bad, they would really have to scale this event down to make it doable with Winter Soldier. So we'll see when that comes. I think this is a little premature announcing this one, but honestly, if they took this out, this dev blog would basically be Blitz store updates and Blitz events. But anyways, so hopefully we get more details and a little bit more so we know what we should be working on. I mean, at least tell us what we should be working on, right? If we can use anyone on our roster, not a big deal, right? But if we need to use specific characters, giving us a heads up of who we need to use so we can work on them if we want to participate in this event would be a good thing. Just saying. Moving on, Blitz store update. This was data mine almost a week ago. She-Hulk to the Blitz store. Little surprised that a character got added to the Blitz store so quickly, as we just had one not even 2 months ago. So this is the quickest turnaround to a character being put in the Blitz store back to back. So a little shocking, a little nice, but honestly, where else were they going to put this character? I'm pretty sure people are just not buying offers of her, so giving a convenient location for this character and saving the more exclusive locations for their more desired characters is probably in their best bet, and I can't blame them. Upcoming blitzes. So all you veteran players like me, or at least even veteran more than me, are going to have a nice week where we can go sip Mai Tais on the bank and only have to log into this game, well, a lot less than what we currently do, because we're getting Carnage, which a lot of us already have maxed out, and we're getting Bullseye. I think Bullseye is the Monday through Wednesday, and Carnage is the Thursday through Saturday at Blitz. New players, congratulations. No events going on. The rest of those are going to take some time off. Get as much Carnage as you possibly can to save yourself on some war credits. So last but not least, you guys see in this video, Doc Ock goes live tomorrow night, game reset. So hopefully you're ready for him. If you're getting him unlocked for the very first time, congrats. He is a very good character. I know because I faced him a couple times and I've lost. I'm currently in the process of building him up, so I'm hoping to see his full power myself pretty soon, and I actually will have myself a 7-star Doc Ock on Monday night, which I'm happy because then that leaves me with Jubilee as the only non-maxed out legendary character that I need to get. So hopefully you guys can join me in that and enjoy some more Doc Ock, some more defense, more offense, and arena. Anyways, and then on April 8th, we are getting the Relic Hunt event. It's still not clear if they're going to increase the rewards in this one yet. They didn't increase them last month. They did say they are going to increase the rewards in this event. You know, we'll see. Relic Hunt to me right now is still probably the last monthly event that I probably urge players to go and chase, because the characters are not really useful outside of this event, and that's pretty much it, right? It's the only reason you're really building them up, and it does take some decent investment. It's a lot for a mid-game player, but for an end-game player, it really is not that much. The time you're going to be spending is wasting your energy and farming some hand characters. Now, with all that said, let's get into some of these other hot topics that have been passed to me recently in my Discord. The first topic that I've been passed was about the War Store. The player asked me how I feel about them not living up to the promise of not removing characters from the War Store. And I went back, looked up the update, and this is what they said. We have also been adding characters to the War Store without removing older characters, and that has created some overcrowding by diluting how desirable the characters are in the War Store. We are working on a plan to remove less desirable characters as new ones enter. So honestly, I think this person that sent me the question probably jumped the gun a little bit. Probably getting a little frustrated that some of the characters they're trying to farm are just not showing up. But at the same time, we kind of have to give them time to implement this. And not only that, they have not added any new characters to the War Store since they gave us this message. So I think we at least have to wait until the next character goes in before we start jumping down their backs about not removing characters. To me, they don't really need to remove characters if they just add more slots, or even add an orb that has a random drop chance for a newer player catch up. But ultimately, until they, like I said, add a new character and then they don't do nothing, I'm going to give them a pass on this one. So the next topic is multiple man. So as of right now, multiple man's orb is actually in the game, and when I mean his orb, I mean his event campaign orb, not his actual orb where you had the random chance of getting 180 in the middle. So this one's a little confusing, as it's unprecedented that we have this orb in the game where people can actually core out and unlock multiple man, and without red stars, I may add, without actually having this offer in the game. To me, I don't know if Scopely's actually like test trying a new thing and how much money they can make on people buying cores to get a character like this before making their offers in the game a little bit cheaper, as there are people that have wailed for multiple man so far. You know, there's also been rumors and speculations, you know, tinfoil hats galore about them, you know, trying to fix bugs, stuff like that. The reason why we don't have his offers. A whole lot of reasons, but at the end of the day, did we not ask Scopely to stop releasing characters so fast? If I remember correctly, there are multiple Reddit posts alone, if not also on Discord servers, asking them to slow down character releases. And they've done that. They've started to slow down character releases. We only got 2 new characters in the month of March, and they were 15 days apart. And now we're in April, going on 2 weeks from last time 3 weeks from last time a character was released. And people are going a little stir crazy, you know, wanting a new character. So guys, we can't have it both ways, to be honest. But at the end of the day, it's not a bad thing as long as they're working on fixing the game overall in the backseat while they wait to release new characters. I'm actually enjoying, you know, a little bit of a catch-up time myself. So when do I expect Multiple Man is probably the question I'm being asked. Probably Monday or Tuesday at this point. His event kicks off on Friday. They've never waited until a character's event actually has hit to give us offers. So trying to remember the closest they've ever come to not releasing a character to their event, I want to say it's probably like 3 or 4 days. I think they've released a patch where the character that's the event campaign gets offered on that Tuesday and their event launches that Friday, so about 3 days. That's the closest that we've ever had, and it looks like Multiple Man's actually teeing up to be also one of those type of characters. Gameplay footage, he looks awesome so far without red stars. I'm actually curious to see how well his character works outside of X Factor, because that will make up my mind if this kid's character gets built sooner rather than later. And once again, if you guys want my thoughts overall on Multiple Man, if you are a new player and you're able to run hard in the event campaign, in the corner of the screen, go back and check out how to get this character at 4 stars for free if you have not seen that video yet. But yes, if you're able to go hard as a new player, probably be a great grab for the City Chapter 7 nodes 1 through 3, as the city heroes that you can grab that are real good are few and in between. So getting a head start on a character like this, getting them to 4 stars if you're able to, very, very, very good thing. City hero is his tag. All right, and then the next topic I need to cover is Silver Surfer when it comes to free-to-play players. Now, one of my Discord followers sent me a message that one of his alliance mates sent to him about how he's about ready to quit the game over Silver Surfer. And I also know for a fact, because of my YouTube comments, that some selected players actually saved up a ton of cores expecting a traditional orb for Silver Surfer where it has the 180 drop in the middle. Obviously, Scopely's plans with this character is for this character to be a milestone type character where random shards are just not possible. It's going to be more of a controlled setting. Unfortunately, due to an exploit that happened, I think they've given out 100 more shards than what they ever intended to hand out at this point. So there are people running around with 5-star Silver Surfers at this point. And anyone who has a Silver Surfer can tell you how great he is, even at low star levels. But because of some of the language that was used in this post, I can't share it with you guys, a lot of foul language. But anyways, so free to play. Here's the thing about free to play. If you're an early free to play player, your early game, right? Don't worry about Silver Surfer. Honestly, it does not change your gameplay. You're still trying to get through and unlock content and beat content, and you don't need Silver Surfer to beat those content. Does Silver Surfer make it easier if you were going to spend for him? Probably. I probably would guess he would make it easier. You got Cosmic, you got Mystic campaigns, you got the Blaster Challenge, whatever Cosmic takes. Obviously, it would help. But do you need him? The answer is no. Now we start moving to mid-game and late-game free-to-play players where not having Surfer does make a bigger difference, because you're not trying to clear content anymore, right? You're trying to be competitive in War, in Arena, and RTA, and all the other ones that where you're going against other players that are at high end, and you're losing out. Now, it's hard for me to sit back and be objective to this, because as you guys know, I broke my free to play after 2 years of playing this game, and in this past late December. And I obviously, you guys can see my Silver Surfer right now. I have him at 4 stars. So yes, I've spent $80 on this character. I'm going to try to be as neutral as I possibly can on this subject when it comes to late game players. I understand that if you save up a bunch of cores for a character, so new characters coming out in their meta, right? You can take the Black Order, for example, right? There was an orb where you had a chance to just spend a ton of cores that you saved up and just get a lot of those character shards, or at least try to get a lot of those character shards. And I can understand that mentality. You probably did the same thing for Surfer, and that's what you kind of want. So I do understand the frustration, but at the same time, nothing holds in Arena, right? So even Surfer, you don't see Surfer on Arena defenses because he doesn't hold as a defensive character, right? Yeah, most likely people are going in with Sinister and just cloning them to get their own Surfer. So it's hard for me. It's really hard for me to see objective. I see people getting mad about it, but at the end of the day, I don't feel you're losing anything competitively that you weren't losing already as not being a spender in this game versus the spenders. It just happens that one of the RNG ways you could have got character shards of this character just doesn't exist for you. So I don't want to sit here and tell you guys that your feelings are not validated. I feel that they probably are validated to you. So just to close this up, guys, I honestly don't know what to say to late game players that are not getting Surfer. Like I said, you already are losing out the spenders that are willing to whale for good characters. People that have whaled for the X Factor are probably going to start, you know, blowing through some of your defense. You know, it's just the way it kind of goes. I kind of expect more characters in the future to get released through a strike pass. I don't know why, just based on data mines that I've seen, that I'm kind of expecting it at this point. And honestly, those shards are going to hurt everybody. And I can understand as a late game player, right, when a character is released through Blitz, if you're a late game player, you can probably score high enough to get those characters to 3 to 4 stars. So like I said, I get your guys' feelings, I do all that, but I think we have to sit back and wait to see how much Silver Surfer actually changes the meta of the game before we have a knee-jerk reaction to all the hype. And I'm hoping once all this is said and done for you guys that Silver Surfer does have a nice release method for actually those endgame free-to-play players to actually attain shards of him once he's out of the strike pass. I probably would hope and actually encourage you guys to stick around to see where he goes once all this is said and done, to see how you're going to attain your shards of him. Because here's the thing, like late game players can't get shards of Surfer, and obviously spenders that are late game are able to get shards of him. And it's a difference between 2 stars and a 4-star Surfer, and actually a 5-star Surfer actually, if they bought that $50 for 60 shards offer. But let's assume he goes to raid milestones. You're an endgame free-to-play player. You're probably going to be able to collect shards on Surfer at the same pace everyone else is. Eventually, those whales will hit 7 stars while you still collect and play catch-up. And free-to-play has always been about catching up to the spenders. You know, the spenders stay ahead of us because they're always buying the newest toy, as we're still investing in the last toy. Honestly, I think anyone who quits right now over Silver Surfer is making a knee-jerk reaction instead of waiting to see what happens after the strike pass. Like, as early game players, it doesn't matter, right? By the time you get caught up to end game players, Surfer's just going to be a part of the best tunes in the game. He's not going to be the best tune in the game because of power creep. Mid-game players are kind of stuck. They're the ones that probably get gypped the most, right? Because they're not. They have to compete in some level with everybody, and the spenders really do steamroll them, and there's really no way for them to catch up. Even if he goes to raid milestone season when it's all said and done, they're not going to be able to collect as many free Surfer shards as the late game free-to-play players are going to be able to, if that's true. So really the early game players are not, like, they have probably the least affected. End game players are the next affected, and then the middle game players are the ones that are the most affected. They're the ones that are going to miss out the most. So if that's my honest opinion when it comes to free to play. And I'm, like I said, I'm trying to be neutral with this as much as possible, because like I said, I know I'm in the crowd that's betting for Surfer. But like I said, anyone who's ready to quit right now over Surfer, they need to give it time to play out. Like, I think you're rushing to conclusions before you see where he's going. And the last topic I need to cover, which was brought to my attention, is we still have not gotten compensation from all the things they said we're going to get compensation for from Zeke's post back on March 15th. So I'm going to read this out for you guys in case you guys are not aware. During the Lunar Festival event, some players participated in switching alliances to claim milestones, rewards, and equity, which means they jumped alliances to claim rewards that their current alliance did not achieve. We know that there are players that chose not to do this, and we want to express our appreciation to those that did not engage in this activity for some good rewards. So as of right now, everything else they said they were going to compensate us for has come to pass, except for this one. Now, the alliance that I was in at the time, I switched alliances just recently, but the alliance I was in at the time, we all chose to not participate in this. We all chose to stay together and miss out on the rewards as an alliance, and we did miss out on the last 2 milestones, including that Elite 5 orb. So I'm hoping this one gets resolved soon, because the longer this goes on, the more angsty, I should say, players get that are expecting this compensation and they do not get it. So hopefully we see this one come to pass. Hopefully Easter Day would be great. Happy Easter. But at the end of the day, hopefully, like I said, they resolve this soon. We're on to it. But guys, that will do it for me on this hot take. And if you guys enjoyed this video, do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button. If you're new here and have not done so already, hit that subscribe button. And if you do not want to miss the next hot take that I do on my channel, don't forget that notification bell. And with all that said, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye.